Hi, and welcome to the section on bar chords. Go ahead and get your music book and turn to page 39 and 40. Okay, there we go. 39 and 40. At the top it says that on page 39, summary, the major chords, and then on page 40 it says seventh chords. Okay, so go ahead and get your music book, turn to page 39, and we're going to talk about bar chords. And if you want to pause the tutorial, we'll get started in a couple seconds. Okay, so what is bar chords? Bar chords are basically chords that can move up the fret of the ukulele. So here's the frets of the ukulele, and you can basically move up the frets and you have different chords, but they're made of bar chords. Okay, now we talked about this in previous lessons and tutorials. Basic idea of theory: it follows a alphabetical system from A to A. In other words, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and after G we got to repeat on the A again, and it continues once again. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, repeat the A. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, repeat the A. So it keeps on going, okay? And then whatever key you would like to start from, you start from that key. Just make sure that you repeat the A after the G. So in other words, if I started from a B, we just continue with the alphabet. B, C, D, E, F, G, and once again after G we got to start from the A again, as we can see from the top diagram. So start the A, then continue what comes after A, B, and we'll just continue this pattern again. Okay, so that was a review covered in previous lessons. If that's a little unclear, I suggest going back to those previous tutorials and reviewing the concepts on those lessons. Okay, so what we have over here is on page 39. Okay, we have a B flat chord. So that's a B flat chord. Don't pay attention to the Roman numeral up there, just forget that for now. And then on the side of this B flat chord, you're going to see over here written frets, okay, and the name of the chord, okay, and then you see the B flat chord there. That's right there. That's a B flat chord, and it's located right on that first fret. And then as you go up the fretboard, you get the different chords. It just follows consecutively. So what I did at this time is I just highlighted the B flat chord in yellow, and then in orange I highlighted the major chords that you might easily recognize. In between the chords that I didn't highlight, you have sharps and flats. We're not going to go over them for now. We're just going to go over the basic just to give you a brief understanding on how the bar chord works. So in this example, once again, we're talking about the B flat chord, okay, and then the chords to follow. Now I'll write it on the board here so you can kind of get the concept a little bit better. So before B, if you look in the book, there was a B flat chord. B flat chord, and that was located on the first fret. And then the B chord came on the second fret. And then the C chord is on the third fret. And then finally, D chord is on the fifth fret. And we're going to go over this in just a second. Okay? If you want to pause the tutorial right now and just kind of jot those things down, that's fine. We're going to go over that in just a second. Once again, so keeping your book open to page 39, I'm going to go over this with you so you can see it, and try it. And if you want to get your ukulele to go along with me, go ahead and pause the tutorial, grab your uk, and we'll start in a few seconds. Okay, once again, but as you can see in that first diagram, you have the B flat chord, okay, and that's on the first fret. As you see, you all know how to make a B flat chord. That shouldn't be a problem. You're in the first fret. Now, if you slide all your fingers up just one fret, okay, see that? I slid all my fingers up one fret. So I went from a B flat chord sliding up one fret. So now I'm on the second fret. And if you look on that diagram, that's a B chord, not a B flat, a B chord. And let's look at this diagram on the board here. See that? B chord, second fret. Okay? So now this is the beginning of the understanding of how bar chords work, because this is what a bar chord is. When we go back to the B flat chord, okay, technically this is a bar chord, but since we already learned it, you might just think of it as a basic chord in basic position. Okay, let's move on up. Second fret, same fingering position, B chord. So what comes before a B is a B flat, sliding up one fret, B on the second fret. Now we're going to slide up one more fret to the third fret. Okay, so everything's on the third fret, same pushes as the B flat, but we're on the third fret. This now makes the chord into a C chord. A C chord. Okay? Third fret. It's now a C chord. Okay. Now we're going to go up 2 frets. 2 frets, okay? 1, 2, and now we're on the 5th fret of the ukulele. 5th fret. This now turns it into a D chord. A D chord. Okay? So that's the 5th fret, D chord. And now we're going to stop here for now. And if you need to highlight those chords, I'll just kind of hold this up for a second here and go ahead and pause the tutorial, get like a highlighter, a marker or something, and just kind of highlight them so you know what we had just covered. Okay, and if you need to copy this down or make some notes for this, please do so. We're going to move on to the 7th chord in just a sec. Right? So if you need to pause the tutorial, make some notes on that. Okay, so page 40. Page 40, we're going to talk about the 7 chords. Chords right at the top there. Okay, see that chord that's highlighted? Okay. Now, for those of you who put your chord sheet on your binder, you're looking for the B flat chord, okay, and then you look up here for the dominant 7th chord, come down to the B flat, and that chord right there, that's your B flat 7, which is the same, exactly the same as that. Okay, now if you look as to what I highlighted, starting off, same thing. There's the word frets over there. Okay, tells you all the frets, that's the chords, tells you exactly what kind of chords they are. Okay, so what I'm going to do is do the same thing. We're talking about 7 chords. Okay, so before the B, or the first chord that you see on that page there, is a B flat chord. Actually, it's the B flat 7 chord. And that's on the 1st fret. The B is on the 2nd fret, but actually it's a B7. Next would be a C7, that's on the 3rd, fret. And on the 5th fret is the D7 chord. Okay, so pretty much like the previous example, it said we're talking about 7 chords. These are dominant 7 chords. We'll just call them 7 chords for now. So what comes before a B is the B flat or B flat 7. Okay, and that's on the 1st fret. Then on the 2nd fret, is a B7. See, 2nd fret, B7 on the 2nd fret, B7, 2nd fret. Okay, see, next would be a C. C, that's on the 3rd fret. On the 3rd fret, C7. 3rd fret, C7. And then what we did was we skipped over a fret, and we skipped the 4th fret and we jumped to the 5th fret. So that's a D7 on the 5th fret. 5th fret, D7. Okay? So basically you're taking a chord, moving it up the fretboard, and you're forming other chords, and these are now becoming bar chords. So let's take the first chord. If you're looking at your diagram, that's a B flat 7. Okay? That is also on your chord chart under B flat dominant 7. Okay? B flat dominant 7. Okay? So I'm making a B flat dominant 7 as such. The finger covers the bar, 2nd finger B flat dominant 7. If we slide up 1 fret, it goes to the 2nd fret. So the 1st finger just slid everything up to the 2nd fret. All my fingers never move from that position. So we're at a B7. B7, 2nd fret. B7, 2nd fret. And if you remember, this is one of the B7s that we play during the course, and we used this B7 as well as another B7, but this B7 is actually a bar chord. Okay, so we're keeping the same hand positioning. We're not going to move anything other than sliding up 1 more fret. Okay, so we're going to slide up 1 more fret to the 3rd fret. This now becomes a C7 chord. Okay, if you're following along in your music book, C7, 3rd fret, C7, 3rd fret, C7. Okay, now I'm on the 3rd fret. We're gonna skip 2 frets, jump up 2 frets. So 1, 2. Now I'm on the 5th fret. Okay, so take a look at your music book. You see that 5th fret there? Can you figure out what chord that is? Okay, that's a D7. D7. 5th fret, D7. Okay? So, if you want to get your highlighter, go ahead and pause the tutorial for a second. Highlight these chords and the frets so that you can kind of be aware of them, and we'll just kind of stop there for now. Okay, if you need to copy this down, pause the tutorial, copy that down for your notes. Okay, so we're going to stop there for the introduction to bar chords. That's the basic idea for bar chords. So technically, any chord you make can be a bar chord by just sliding up the fret. Okay? So if you look on the page, it has other examples of all the chords, and just follow the same idea or the same concept. You got the frets and the chord, and just take it on faith that that is what the chord is. Okay? You go in relationship to making the chord where the fret is, and then the chord is the name of the chord. Right. So this section right here are your major chords. Right underneath that is your minor chords. Okay, so your minor chords. Next page, page 40. At top, these are your 7 chords. Okay, so just follow the pattern, the structure, and the same concept on how this lesson has introduced to you bar chords. Okay, so if you found that a little unclear, you probably want to repeat watching this tutorial as many times as necessary to get a clearer understanding. And if you are interested in pursuing more information on these kind of chords, bar chords, or theory, you might want to check out some other resources, maybe a college theory class, or music books, or just look online at various ways, or maybe check out YouTube or some resource as such. Okay, once you are comfortable with this information, well, I guess we'll see you at the next lesson.